Tonight on the Celebrity Silhouette, we are dining at Murano. This is one of their specialty restaurants, and this is our first time on Celebrity and our first specialty restaurant. So this is a French-style restaurant with like a modern twist. The menu looks amazing, and we already have our amuse-bouche and bread courses served, so we are excited to get started.
So the amuse-bouche tonight, which is a green pea soup. Eat it before it eats you. Pretty good. The little bit of caviar in there is good. It adds this nice little saltiness to the pea soup. And Taylor had just mentioned that she thought she might like it warm, but it's okay chilled. I kind of had the same feeling. So with soup, I always think that it needs to be served warm and enjoyed that way, but it's a really nice change sometimes when you can enjoy something that's different than what you would expect. So it was good. And we've got bread here at the table, which they bring to you table side. A couple of different things you can choose from a black olive roll to wheat to baguette, basically. And the butter on the table is a cone. And I kept looking at it, and I'm like, that looks like a cone. I didn't even think that it was butter. So I think he wants to take the amuse-bouche, so we're going to let him do that. It is still a little chilled. It's a little strange to go at it because it's a cone, and I don't know. It's you have to take at it at a different technique, but still good.
So since this is a specialty restaurant, that does mean it is not included with your cruise fare. It is an additional fee. We paid for ours in advance when we booked our reservation. It was $60 per person for the dinner. Now there is that's for the regular menu. You can order whatever you want off of there. They also have a wine pairing menu that you can choose from. It is $89 per person. It's 5 courses, and there is wine served with every course. So we chose to just stick with the regular menu tonight. We ordered a few different appetizers to try, and everything sounds really good, so I am so excited. The amuse-bouche, I know Josh already kind of talked about it, but it was really good. I did enjoy it chilled. I wasn't really sure if I was going to like it or not, but the little bit of crab and the little bit of caviar in there was a nice touch.
And spinach flan. We have the cognac cream on the side, where you can put in the soup in order to balance the taste. And we have the sweet corn bene. It's a puff pastry with the sweet corn and cheese. You can either put it in the soup or have it straight.
They just brought out our soup. We both got the lobster bisque, and I really like that they kind of do a presentation with it. So they bring out the bowl that has the lobster in it, and then they bring out a little pot with the actual soup itself, and then they pour it over on top of the lobster, and it smells amazing. It's definitely piping hot. I can see it steaming over here. There's also a cognac creme fraiche that you can put in your lobster bisque, and then there's a little puff pastry with like a sweet corn in there as well. I am really excited to try this. This is a great way to start off the meal. I have been looking forward to having this lobster bisque since we booked the reservation because I saw it on the menu, and that was what sold me on eating here. And I like the little cream that you put in it as well. Quite a bit of lobster down at the bottom, which is really good too. Kind of stir it around and top off.
It is pretty good. I always feel like lobster bisque is going to be a little thicker, a little more creamy. But this base, which is maybe a far more tomato base-like, it's really good. And our server said that everything is seasoned really well. And the only thing that they may recommend extra is just a little bit of cracked pepper, but I think this is great. It's not salty, it's not spicy, and it really just kind of has like that perfect balance, I think, as far as a lobster bisque goes. So, really great, and pretty good start to the meal here. So I broke down because I have this weird new thing now, which I never used to have.
Josh got really spoiled on our river cruise with drinking wine every single night at dinner.
Basically forced to.
So now we are having some Riesling with our dinner because that's what Josh wanted.
Next meal.
meal.
And for you have the risotto, which is with the truffle foam and the garlic chip. And the goat cheese souffle, the warm goat cheese souffle is with the bechamel sauce, parmesan cheese, served with the tomato coulis and the basil pesto.
Okay. So we ended up getting
Some
wine.
Riesling. It's very like crisp.
It's really good.
There's a nice floral bouquet, but it's quite light. It's very good.
We haven't done a dining review in a long time, but anytime that we've done a review of anywhere, I always try to get something new to kind of expand my own palate and preferences and tastes and all of those things. Tonight, I was really going to get the risotto, which I'm glad that I didn't because I don't know that I would enjoy that. But I asked our server what he would recommend, and he actually recommended that I get the souffle. And I'm actually glad that I did because it's actually really good. I have this preconceived notion that it's going to be like the dessert, which I don't like. It's too airy and whipped and whatever texture-wise for me. But this is absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really glad I got it. I'm trying to eat it, but Taylor yelled at me because she has to get a video on her phone, so I can't eat it all. But I will.
For the appetizer, I had the risotto. It was a mushroom risotto and had a truffle foam on the top. Now, Josh isn't super fond of truffle, so he was glad that he got his cheese souffle. But I love truffle. I love the flavor of that. It was not overpowering at all. It was perfect. It did feel like that there was a lot of foam on it, but it did eventually kind of like go down on its own once you started eating. But it was such a creamy risotto and cooked perfectly. There were a little bit of mushrooms in there. They were nice and meaty. Overall, a great appetizer. I am really excited for my entree now, though, because it has a little tableside preparation, which I did not realize when I ordered it. I ordered it because I wanted the lobster. But then I saw all these other things happening around the restaurant, and now I'm like...
The chopped tomatoes, chopped onion, garlic, parmesan cheese, and chives.
Okay.
So I start with the extra virgin olive oil. Add the butter. The applewood bacon. Chopped tomatoes.
Very good, thank you.
And then I will flambe.
Why would you be? Why would they be your client?
Now you know how I lost my hair. And 1, 2, and 3. These are the lobster and the 5-spice venison. It is served with the celery root puree, red cabbage marmalade, spinach, lingon berry sauce, and the 5-spice ones.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks good and it smells fantastic.
It smells amazing. Both of these entrees look so good. I mean, watching mine being prepared was amazing, but when Josh's came out, that is like a perfect venison right there. Gonna have to give me a bite. I am very full now, but that lobster entree was amazing. The cream sauce with all of the different ingredients was so flavorful. It's so good. I kind of thought whenever he was explaining what all was going in there, I was like, oh, that's kind of like a lot of ingredients. No, it all went together perfectly.
Yes.
And on top of the lobster was even better. I love a good cream sauce, and that cream sauce was amazing. The lobster was cooked perfectly. There was a little bit of mashed potato and some veggies on the side. Also very good. I am stuffed, but we did just order dessert.
For my entree tonight, I went with venison. If I ever have an opportunity to get venison out at a restaurant, I usually try to get it as an alternative to getting beef, but granted, it's still red meat and prepared excellently. Venison sometimes can be a little dry, gamey, and tough, but this was, like I said, prepared really, really well. By the chef's recommendations, I believe it was closer to a medium rare, medium preparation, and it was really great. I think I would have maybe liked to have a little bit more of like an accompaniment on the side of like maybe the mashed potatoes, or I don't think it was quite mashed potatoes, but it was a puree basically on the side with some cranberry sauce. And overall, though, it was fantastic. We do have dessert coming. So part of the cover charge here that you pay, it includes your appetizer, your entree, and your dessert. Now, there is coffee options that you can get. Those are an additional charge, but I've got an Americano coming because can't finish off the day without a little bit of coffee. So we have some, what are these called?
Petite fours.
What are they?
Well, you can call them petit fours, but they're petite fours is what they're supposed to be.
Petit fours.
Petit fours.
So we've got some chocolates, macaron, and some little candies.
For our final course tonight for dessert, I got the dark chocolate souffle with a mocha cream sauce. This is absolutely amazing. It smells like hot chocolate. It is so good. It's nice and hot and warm and airy on the inside. I love a good chocolate souffle, and this was the perfect way to end this amazing meal we've had tonight.
All right, everybody. Well, that is going to do it for our meal at Murano's here on board the Celebrity Silhouette. It was a fantastic meal.
It was.
Absolutely would recommend. As far as price is concerned, again, we think we already mentioned that it was prepaid with a cover charge of $50 or $60 per person.
It was $60 per person. It is pretty much required that you have a reservation to dine there. You can try to walk up, but you may not get a seat.
Yeah,
so.
There was a table that was behind Taylor who did not have a reservation, and theirs was charged back to their room. Ours was already prepaid before we got on the ship. So keep that in mind. You can still kind of get in there, maybe last minute, and find a reservation. There were a few tables that were open.
You can always try.
Tonight in the restaurant. So it was really great, and I would 100% go back and eat there again.
I would
if we had
too.
the option.
I think $60 per person for that was totally worth the value. We could have ordered more appetizers, and we could have ordered an extra entree to share if we wanted to. But with what all we had, we were definitely full by the end of the meal.
Yeah, when our 2 glasses of Riesling cost $11 each, so we did end up paying $24 plus a little bit of a tip. And my coffee that I got was a specialty coffee, but it was included because we are concierges. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will see you all in the next one.